Lot of research, man. Lot of research.
No, but I think, honestly, I think you're the best person to have a platform like this.
Oh, no, thanks. Thank you so much. And you know what? I was actually getting ready, and no, I was going to say the word shit, but yeah, no shit. I was actually thinking, do you know when I really noticed that you're going to be a great mum? And you know what? You don't really know. No, seriously, because you don't really know, right, until you become a mum.
Yeah.
And I'm sure my parents wouldn't have thought I would have been a great mum, judging by my, you know, those early years, but turned out all right. But you know when I noticed, because I see pregnant person, and I was like, man, this is so refreshing to see that she's not thinking she's disabled. You know, she's not like wrapping herself in a bubble and walking around like something's wrong with her. And it was in Dubai, and because you had a bit of a belly then, and I just thought, yeah, she's got it. Like, she's going to be a great. Just took it naturally, and you never made never made an issue of it. And it was such, and even after you had her, anything you're raising her, it's always been, and for a young mum, that's great. Like, that's your first child. Like, you were really good. Like, I really noticed that in you, that you really, because when you got pregnant, you didn't treat yourself like there was something wrong with you.
Yeah, we were on the go the whole time.
And it really, really, I sensed that from that time. I said, nah, she's going to be really cool. Because you still worked. You still managed. You did everything. So I said, you know, and I found that you probably did one thing better than I did, especially earlier on, which is you balanced that work life really well, right? Which I didn't do.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. But you did, and it was awesome to see.
But I think it helped also to talk to you, to talk to other moms who had been through it. Like, I was, in fact, talking to Rohit last night, and I was telling him that when we had Samaira, we had her on 30th December, and I knew IPL was around the corner, and I was struggling with whether I should take her to the stadium, not take her to the stadium. It was the peak of summer. I remember talking to you. I spoke to a few of the other moms on the team. I spoke to a few of the international players' wives, and everyone said, like, there were mixed reviews, but I think I wanted to take her. I wanted her to be a part of that atmosphere. And we took all the precautions. We bought like a special fan, which we carried in the diaper bag. We, made her wear those, light cotton onesies. We did everything that we could. And then I said, okay, we'll take her for the first game. And if she's uncomfortable, we won't take her after that. Absolutely. Rohit and me wanted her there. I understand taking a normal child to a stadium is not ideal if they're 2.5 months old. But when their dad is the one who's playing the game, I think it's a different ballgame. That's her life. Let's be honest. All these kids, it's a big part of their lives.
Yeah, and she's going to be sitting somewhere very separate. You know the situation also can, help us, Yeah.
And when I took her for the first game, she loved it. She didn't cry. She was taking it all in. She listened to the music. She put her head down and went to sleep.
Yeah. How old was she? 2.5 months?
3 months.
Yeah, perfect. There you go.
Loved it. And then I decided, I was like, okay, besides the 4 o'clock games, which are brutal, I took her for all the others. And I remember getting a lot of flack for it. Like, a lot of people are like, why did you take her to the stadium? And, she's so small. Why couldn't you leave her in the house? And I think it's just because we wanted her to be a part of it. So now when I look back, I'm like, okay, when your dad won the IPL trophy, you were there. You were at the stadium. You were on the ground. Same with the World Cup. You saw how she was. She was awesome.
And you know what the good thing is, right? I'll tell you something. See, let's fast forward Samaira not going. Like, Zaraba went to Dubai. It was his first IPL. And he was in the sun like these
2 months?
2 months. 2.5 months he was in Dubai, roasting in the sun. And people said that too. And I said, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's great. And you know what? We have the least fussiest kids.
Correct.
They can sleep anywhere. They can deal with anyone. They can flop anywhere. They don't care about temperature.
Yeah.
They actually can travel by just being picked up like this and moved along. So, you know what? Let me put it that way. So
it worked.
Yeah. And for me, it's all about, I'm not silly with my kids.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to, pamper them where they become so dependent on comfort.
Yeah.
Like, you know what, you know when your kid's going to cry, okay, let's get out the sun. It's
Yeah.
common sense. We're not going to torture them.
Yeah.
But you know, if they're there, they can stand a little bit of noise and stuff. Well, you know what, I'm actually getting them used to the environment.
Correct.
And it's so much better. No, I'm so glad. And that's what I noticed with you. For a first parent especially, not many people parent that way.
Yeah.
And especially here, I haven't noticed that. So for you and Rohit to sort of do it that way, I'm so impressed, because that, look at her now. She's so
she's awesome.
own boss, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You actually want to raise kids to be, you know, more, like I said, okay, imagine not doing those things, not taking them and exposing them at a young age, and then when they're about 5, you want to take them to a restaurant, and guess what?
They wouldn't sit.
They don't know how to sit still. They don't know how to sit people, or they can't talk to the waiter because they're shy and uncomfortable. So you know, it's each to their own. You want to leave your kid home, not a problem. It's not something I ever did, or you know, you did either, and it worked for us. You know.
So I think talking to you made a big difference for me, because when I was talking to you and you were like, no, I took Zaravel here and I did this and I did that. For me, it gave me that, because I knew what I wanted to do, but knowing that somebody else did it, and I see how Zaravel turned out in terms of how he is at the stadium, how comfortable he is, how he is with traveling, how happy he is on tour, because you got him used to that. And that's what I want. I don't want to force her to be in an environment that makes her uncomfortable. But Rohit and me both think it's very important for her to be a part of the world. That both of us are, like, it's a very big part of us. And we want her to be there as well.
And imagine this, right? Because you know that.
Just relax.
What did he say? Relax?
Just.
Oh, Aaliyah just messaged saying I turned out good too.
Oh, she did. Honestly, I'm from all your kids, I'm proud of all of them, but Aaliyah has a special place in my heart because of what she's doing with animals. Honestly, and the fact that you allowed her to go ahead and pursue her dream, and the fact that she takes, I don't know if she's going to get mad that I say this, but the fact that she took Spike on a date, oh my God, I'm so upset that I didn't think of doing that with Magic.
You take Spike on cafe
That is
dates.
like, honestly, Aaliyah has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, so,
I love all 3 of them. Your kids, honestly, are my favorite set of kids. But Aaliyah,
you know what she says to me? So I interviewed her the other day for my podcasting, and I said, so, you know, when you have kids, you know, what would be some of the things you'd learn from me and do, and what were some of the things you wouldn't do? And she goes, well, actually, it's not about kids. I have dogs, and she related it to dogs, and I was like, okay, let's just go with this. I'm not going to worry about having kids. She just looks after her dogs. She's got
except the labor part, they're pretty much the same as normal kids.
I agree. So
yeah.
You know, like yes, Mum, you know, you even though things were happening outside, you were the more you know, your energy was the higher one, the stronger one. So I have to do that with my girls. I have to be the higher. So she was like, it was so funny because she was applying it to the dogs. I thought it was so cute.
You know, when you're nurturing anything from a young age, I think all of this applies.
Yeah, 100%. Like, honestly, if we actually raised our kids like how animals do, our humanity would be a way better. You know, way better, and we'd be so much more advanced because we are so disbalanced in the way we raise our kids. That's why I wanted to do this, because it's basically how you start your kids from such an early age that makes such a big difference. You know, I notice it, and it's like I said, it's making kids actually uncomfortable. It's actually testing kids, trying kids, you know, putting them in situations, you know, where there is growth, not just shielding. You know, I can't do it. All right, I'm going to ask you some of the question. How has life completely changed for us after becoming parents?
A lot. I think more than anything, I have struggled with guilt, because anytime, in the sense, not that way. What I mean is the fact that, you know, if I'm hanging with Samaira and I'm doing her thing, and then if she's up and she's doing something and I have work to do, or if I'm doing something for myself, that kind of guilt, I'm like, okay, I should be with her. If she's playing, I should be around her. But I think it's also really healthy for them to have a balance, not seeing us all the time. Understanding that, okay, if I'm out or if I'm at work, or if I'm with a friend, or if I'm having lunch, or if I'm sitting, it doesn't mean I'm not missing her and don't want to be with her. But I think that's been